Mahatma Gandhi had once rightly quoted that knowledge gained through experience is far superior and many times more useful than bookish knowledge. Taking this in view, recently the Department of Education as Government of Manipur and Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan has jointly initiated a project for the development of indigenous low-cost teaching learning materials for the elementary classes to be introduced in the government schools of Manipur. Initially, 18 volunteer teachers were selected for this project. These are a group of primary teachers who have taken up many initiatives in the field of teaching in their respective schools at individual level. An introductory meeting was held on 3rd January 2018 with the Director of Education ACE, where a layout plan was framed, and accordingly these volunteer teachers, in close coordination with the officials of SSA Manipur, decided to work at an identified venue during the winter vacation for developing and multiplying teaching learning materials. Further, it was also decided that the materials used in making the teaching learning materials should be mostly household waste, which we normally discarded, such as water bottles, bottle caps, old extra sheets, pieces of plyboards, cardboards, old clothes, sacks, shoe boxes, used CDs, old wall and table calendars, etc., which can be collected easily and free of cost. In the process of execution of the project, the public like Shanghai Express, Nest, OK Hotel, government offices, Jennings, RIMS, Caesar Hospital, and teachers contributed towards collection of materials that can be used for preparation of teaching learning materials. At the first step, the selected teachers had developed teaching learning materials for primary classes in the subject language, mathematics, and environmental sciences. Base 10 to 15 models among them were selected and expanded in 2 centers. In this expansion, 40 more teachers voluntarily came forward with full enthusiasm to expand for distributing in 100 schools across the state. The Director of Education as and officials of SSA visited frequently to support the team and enable them to share their needs. Apart from that, Madam Shivani, an educator from Ed First Delhi, happened to visit the project center and laid down some important tips with full encouragement and appreciated the initiative taken up by the state. Meantime, the team further continued to work on the development of teaching learning materials for various subjects of the upper primary classes. These remaining teaching learning material models were further expanded for the supply in 100 schools with the efforts of all the teacher volunteers. For the sustainability of the project at different levels, the methodology of preparation and the classroom transaction of the teaching learning materials were also recorded for reference. All the teacher volunteers were acknowledged with great appreciation by providing them a certificate by the Education Minister, Principal Secretary, Director of Education ACE, and Additional State Project Director of SSA and RMSA. Teaching learning materials came in many shapes and sizes, but they all have a common goal, that is, the ability to support student learning. They are things and ideas which are usually familiar to the learners. It makes lessons interesting and hence learning easy. They help learning to retain in the minds of learners for a longer time. The facilitator to deliver his or her lesson successfully and the learners to relate what is being taught to real life situations. The introduction of these distributed teaching learning materials in schools made the students and teachers more attached towards their teaching learning process and hence a beautiful teaching learning environment.